Hello, welcome back to Birchwood's Virtual Camp Home Edition. Today is craft day and we're going to be doing God's eyes. For this video, I'm going to show you how to make a God's eye. So you'll just need some yarn. You can use some string if you want, but yarn works nicely because it's thicker. And I'm also going to show you how to switch colors. So you can use more than one color of yarn or string. And I'm using these sticks. These sticks will make a really big God's eye. I found these outside, or you can use some popsicle sticks or any other kind of structure like that. Okay, so now I've got all my materials. I've got these big sticks and I've got 3 different colors of yarn that I just thought looked nice together, so I'm gonna be doing those. To start, so you'll see my sticks one's a little longer than the other one, and so I'm going to try to lay them together so that this will be kind of like a handle. So you first will need to cross your sticks. It doesn't matter which one is on top or on bottom, but you'll see that I didn't lay this one directly in the middle of this stick. I put it kind of higher so that this piece will be sticking out. Because when we start wrapping the yarn, it'll go all the way around. And so I can kind of envision it'll be like that much, and then there's that extra bit. So to start, pick the color that you want to use first, or if you're using only one color, that's great too. And I'm going to hold these 2 sticks together with my fingers, but I'm also gonna pinch down that piece of yarn right there so that I can start it. So there's my yarn, and I'm gonna pinch all these sticks together. And then you're gonna just start wrapping it, but you wanna wrap it through the middle. So I'm gonna go like this and just do a bunch of them this way. Because my sticks are bigger, I'm going to do probably 10, I'm gonna go around 10 times to make sure they're really secured together. If you want to, you can do a little whoop right in the middle. It doesn't really matter. This part is just to get our sticks together. That was 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now I'm going to flip them around. And I was just wrapping this way. Now I'm gonna start wrapping the opposite direction, or the perpendicular direction. That was 2, 3, 4. Oops, my sticks are very big. And this is the part where while you're wrapping it, because this is what is going to secure our 2 sticks together, if you notice that there's a certain stick you want to twist it a little bit, or it's not quite where you want it, this is where you need to make those adjustments before it's really secured. So I need to keep going. Oops, sorry, this is quite large. Okay, I just need my yarn over here. Okay, and then I'll just do a little one for fun. Okay, so to keep going, now I've got, this is pretty tight right here. It's not super glued down, but it is secure. So I'm gonna take this string, and you can kind of start whichever direction you want to go. I'm just going to start because my string's right here. I'm going to start with this one. So I'm just going to wrap it around the stick, like that. And then when I go under it, make sure it's all the way down there, I'm going to keep going around and go to this stick. And then I'm going to wrap it around. And when I go under, I'm going to come over to this stick and I'm going to wrap it. And then I go under and I go to this stick. Now, here's the bit where, because this is a weaving technique, we wanna make sure that this string, do you see right there? That's the one I just wrapped, and there's all this space right here. We wanna make sure to kind of keep it as close as we can down here. Unless you want to see gaps, then you can leave that. I personally want to make sure all of the string is tight together. So while you're weaving, make sure that you lay them on top of, or right next to each other, and that'll also build the weaving across the sticks. So if we keep laying them right next to each other, it might take a while because these are big sticks, but it'll go all the way down. So you just keep going. So you went under, and then we go this way, we wrap it around, and then we go this way, and wrap it around, and you just keep going. And when I come back, I'm gonna show you how to switch colors. Okay, so now you can see I've been doing this for a little while, and you'll see this is the side that I was holding up, but on the other side, you can really see that weaving pattern if I keep going like this. And that's why it's important to keep this yarn or the string on the side of it, so that's what builds it out. If I just kept going on top of it, it would just get larger right here. So now I'm at a spot where I want to switch colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my string or my yarn. I'm gonna grab this other color that I'm gonna start with. Ooh, and just roll it out a little bit. And on these two right here, I'm going to make a knot. And we don't wanna do a square knot like we would tie our shoes. We're gonna put them together. And I'm gonna use 2 fingers, and you don't have to use 2 fingers. If you want, you can just make a loop, but sometimes making 2 fingers helps. And I'm gonna make a loop like this. And when I take my fingers out, the string is gonna go up inside of the loop. So like this, I'm putting those in there, and I'm keeping them together. And then I'm gonna tighten this. And so we've got a little knot right there. Now, we're gonna keep going with the God's Eye, but we wanna make sure that this knot, it gets hidden. Whichever side that you want. If you want this to be the top, you wanna make sure the knot is behind a stick, or however, if you wanted to do it the reverse way, you would do it the opposite way. I'm actually going to cut this a little more so that I can hide it. Okay, so let's see. I'm going this way, and my string is getting stuck like this. So mine's actually right in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it one more time like that. Did you guys see that? Because my first stitch, I went like this, and I went under, and I should have kept going, but I don't want that right there in the middle, so I just wrapped it one more time right there, so that when I keep going, now it's this new color. And I go under and around, and now you can keep going with a new color. Okay, so as you can see, I've been doing my God's Eye, and I'm about ready to finish it. You can see all the different times I switched my colors. So to finish it, it doesn't really matter which side you're gonna end on. I'm just gonna keep going one more time because these sticks are kind of thick, if you can see over here. So I'm gonna try to bring it over here to finish it. And we're just gonna make a knot. Okay, so right here, I'm going to cut my string so that I can make my knot. And so I'm gonna go over the way we would to do just like the regular weaving. But this time I'm gonna take, this is the string that just went around there, and I'm gonna use it to make a knot like that. And I'm gonna, this is like tying your shoes. And so then I'm just gonna pull it tight, like this. And you can see it kind of wrapped around. If it doesn't wrap around, it's really not a big deal, but if you wanna try to guide it so that the knot's on the back, so you don't see it. And I'm going to double knot it, so I'm gonna wrap it around this string, my finger, just so I have space, and around the stick. And then I'm gonna go through this loop and pull it out, so it's like that. And you can see back here, like the little knots where I switched colors are all back here. And I'm gonna trim this, or you can leave it if you want a tail if you want. But like I said in the beginning, I left this part so that I could have like a handle to it, and I left a little bit of the sticks showing because that's how I like it. You can get so creative with these. You can have all these different types of colors. You can make different patterns. You can do the whole thing. If you have yarn that the yarn itself changes colors, that might be cool to have a different type of pattern. But there is your God's Eye.